let's talk about estrogen and thyroid. And you might be thinking, well, estrogen is a female hormone. How is that related to thyroid? There's no connection. I've never heard of that. Well, we are going to dive into why understanding what your estrogen levels are and being aware if you have excess estrogen in your system, commonly referred to as estrogen dominance, right? And how that will impact your thyroid hormone. Now, first off, make sure that if you are getting your thyroid tested, you are getting a full panel of thyroid tests, right? TSH, T3, T4, and the antibodies. Anything less than that is not a full panel and not a full snapshot of what you have going on in your system. What I really prefer to look at is that full panel, as well as a Dutch test where we see all of your other sex hormones and their metabolites in detail. You can get those both together right here, where we are looking at how your system functions, right? We get the full complete picture. And here's why this is important. If you have excess estrogen in your system, which we find out by looking at your Dutch test, it can actually block the uptake of thyroid hormone in your cells. This means that if you were to get just your TSH tested, which is your thyroid stimulating hormone, just your TSH tested, and they're like, oh, your thyroid levels are fine. You have all the symptoms, by the way, of hypothyroidism. Like you feel like it and you're like, they tested my thyroid and they said it's fine. They just tested TSH. That's very different, right? That's very different. So you have your TSH that's normal, within normal limits, yet you have all the hypothyroid symptoms. And then you're like, yeah, I also have these excess estrogen symptoms, right? I have irregular cycles, they're heavy, I have mood swings, heavy bleeding, right? Hot flashes sometimes, irregular sleep, irritability, a lot of different things and more, right? And more things. Yet I'm also fatigued and I'm gaining weight and all. Why is this? Well, there is a connection that excess estrogen causes a block in that thyroid hormone uptake into the cells, which leads to the hypothyroid symptoms in your body. So, if you are not getting that full panel done, then you can't see the full function of your thyroid. And if you are not addressing that excess estrogen and really learning what pathways it is going down or not going down correctly, there's no way that you can actually get your body to function better. The beautiful thing about seeing a full thyroid panel and your Dutch test is that we get to see the full picture of everything. We get to understand, okay, this is where the estrogen is going off, which leads to that excess estrogen level, so you're having all those symptoms, and this is where the thyroid is going off. So we can help that functionally in your body. When your body functions better, you feel better. And you feel like you actually are in more control of what your body's doing. Now, this does not happen overnight, right? It takes time, and it's really important that we're addressing all of your hormones and making sure nothing is being missed. That's why right here, if you click this link and get the test, get both the thyroid panel and your Dutch test. It gets sent to your house, you take the test, you send it into the labs, and then we go over your results. Now, the thyroid test is a blood test. That's the best way to get a thyroid panel. And the hormone test, of course, is the Dutch test, which is a dried urine test. So different methods of testing that give us a very complete look at what your system is doing. I can't wait to see your test results. Make sure you're letting me know if you have questions. I do check the comments for questions. And if you are looking for more information or looking for more help, you can check out my books, The Female Fat Solution or The Female Menopause Solution. These are both found on Amazon. And make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, The Female Health Solution, where I am sharing episodes about thyroid disease and a lot of women's stories that have been frustrated, struggled for a really long time, and then were able to find the right answers by getting their body to function better.